Alright folks, welcome back to part 2 of Super Metroid. So, enemies are afoot now, and Samus is going to have a few fights in these next couple episodes. So, really there's only like 5, 6, or 7 boss fights in this game, but they're pretty stellar. And definitely for the Super Nintendo, they like encapsulate the idea of like a good boss fight type thing. But I mean, it's mainly just because of the fact that they're aliens and stuff. I mean, it helps. I mean, they're more interesting, I would suppose, than like the Link to the Past, Zelda Link to the Past fights, or the Super Mario World ones, stuff like that, you know? So, the game's mature theme kind of helps also. It doesn't hurt. But, yeah, so, that's the thing about this game. Such a quiet game, so off to the side, so mellow, so relaxed, but still so stellar. I mean, really the only game that's like this game, that has graphics like this, is just Metroid Fusion. So, I mean, I'm probably going to do that game at some point. I plan on getting a Game Boy player later in the year, something like that. I want to finish up some of these Super Nintendo games, but I am going to find like some Game Boy Advance games to start doing, just because I'm so apt to like two-dimensional games. But that's definitely going to be one I'm going to at least attempt, is Metroid Fusion. I mean, I did actually own the game. I don't remember what happened to it, but yeah, it's around somewhere, I would say. Somewhere in between the two houses that I am at. Yeah, so definitely go for the map. That's the thing, it makes this so much easier. Tells you where the save points are and the upgrades and such. This is a game that lets you get to 100%, and not something that like you get like a bad ending. But I think if you get over like 85 or 90%, you get the best ending. So, but yeah, obviously I mean, that takes a proficient gamer be able to get 100% in this, because some of those secrets are dastardly and they required like trick jumps and tricks and all sorts of skill moves. I'm just glad I can beat this game. That's the thing, it pisses me off, trust me. Alright, this is the end of the part 1 recording that I did a few days ago. So, oh, we've got more, don't worry. We'll get right back to it. Get back to Planet Zebes, Crateria. And keep in mind that if you go back to Samus's ship, that will heal you 100%. I don't know if like save points do it, but Samus's ship will definitely heal you fully. And give you all your missiles back and shit. So. Yep. So yeah, like the plot of this game is just kind of talking about that Metroid. So obviously the space pirates wanted that Metroid back. They don't really elaborate as to why that is, but I guess, you know, now that I think about it, in that intro segment that you saw in part 1, Samus actually talks about like Metroid being used for the greater good of, you know, civilization, but they didn't really specify as to like what it could do. I mean, I suppose Metroids are magical, that type. I mean, there's not really that type of Metroid until much later in the game. It's like the last 20 or so percent of the game when you're going to see those. But I mean, it would be interesting to kind of know the abilities that they had. That's the problem. It's the same thing that I have as in complaints to F-Zero. Is just kind of talking. It has so much like character, but it utilizes it so little. You know, this is kind of, I mean, Metroid could stand to have at least a couple books written about it, something to kind of indicate like other characters and shit, but Nintendo, that's it. I mean, Samus is the only character that really is in this game. I mean, it's mostly simply fighting these aliens. I don't know if, like, there really hasn't been a Metroid Prime game in a long time either. So, I think it's been since, like, 2007 or something. With E3 getting canceled because of, like, coronavirus, it just is kind of like hell, you know? Yeah, so this boss is kind of a pain in the ass. The next ones aren't quite as terrible. I mean, really, if you were paying attention, the tactics towards fighting that boss were rather cheap. So, I mean, just its attack patterns, you know, it was difficult to avoid damage. I really needed an extra energy tank, but we won't get those yet. We are going to need missiles. Definitely get them. Yeah, this is just another format of talking about how tough Samus Aran is. When we do start getting further energy tanks, basically the 99 energy that Samus has gets to about like 2,000, because you get about 14 of them, and they all have 99 health, so 99 times 14 probably be a little bit less than like 1,500 or so, 1,400, something like that, but yeah. It's kind of the same thing with Link, how he gets those heart containers. You kind of have to collect the energy tanks. I definitely encourage doing it. I mean, if you see one, it's, you know, if it's in a room at least, and you have to choose between getting it, unless it's like really egregious, I would make the attempt. I'm just trying to figure out what would be the best. That's the thing about this game. There's really no correct way of doing it. You can kind of do whatever the fuck you want, and it's meant to be an exploration game. So I'm just gonna get some more missiles. Yeah, I've got some Slim Jims on the floor in my room. Thinking about, you know, snacking on some of those. I'm probably gonna make some pasta for myself tonight, but that's the thing. I mean, there's so little to eat. I'm tired of having to buy food in this pandemic time, but I literally am like a whole family just in the one person. I mean, I'm 31. I weigh over 200 pounds. I'm over 5'9" in height, 5'10" or so. So it's like, I mean, I can eat. I can definitely fucking eat, and it's very discouraging how easily I get full, or not how easily I don't get full. It is like hell. I mean, I count all the things I eat in a standard day, and it's like, yeah, I've eaten 2 cheeseburgers, a bag of chips, you know, 2 or 3 bowls of oatmeal, a thing of green beans, 3 Gatorades, and fucking, you know, anything in between that's just snack worthy. I mean, that's a lot of food. You know, I don't do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, folks. I don't. It's not like I'm just saying, well, I'm gonna have pancakes and then I'll have like a grilled cheese sandwich for lunch, spaghetti for dinner. I probably eat like 8 different meals a day, something like that. Obviously, it takes a lot to fill me up. Here's the energy tank. Yeah, I mean, that one is just plain as day. That's out in the open. There should be no reason why you don't want to get it. Besides trying to do like a, you know, like a hardcore challenge or something. But yeah, you need missiles for those guys. I think they're called Space Pirates. Space Pirates, missiles. Yep, this is such a brilliant game. I mean, it's so much more fun than some of the shit that's going on. I mean, I really just look at the gameplay. This is so simple. I mean, you look at, I mean, everything that people are playing nowadays is just on PC or PS4. I mean, honestly, I understand, like, the Nintendo Switch being relative, but the Xbox One, I don't know why so many people abandoned it. And it's kind of one of those things where it just basically is this PS4 and PC, those like the two things you do. There's not even a handheld game market anymore. There used to be the 3DS. There'd be people who would have a 3DS and a fucking PS4, but, you know, no handhelds no more. Or anymore. I don't know if I want to start talking in bad English, but... So we're gonna go to Brinstar, and that golden room where you saw those 4 golden statues, that's the very end of the game. That's where you fight Ridley later, and Mother Brain. So I'll go ahead and say, I mean, Mother Brain is obviously in the game because, you know, they thought she was dead, but she's not. Not that much of a surprise to spoil. I mean, once again, there's no characters, so this is kind of, unless you're ripped out of like 1988 or something, haven't messed with Metroid forever, but... We don't have the map yet. We gotta get a hold of that. So, got some exploring to do. Just gonna knock these out real quick. And oh yeah, I mean, you're gonna see that Samus is pretty fast also. If you, I don't really use it that much because I crash into things, but there is a dash button to make Samus run quicker, and eventually when you get like a certain power up, you can obliterate enemies and shit. So, another thing, but now we have the map to Brinstar, and there's a lot to do. A lot of areas. This is the second of 5 areas, so it's like, hey, we're probably going to get ready to fight the first boss here pretty soon, or the second boss. I suppose that Chozo thing was the first boss. Unless you're counting that Ridley fight at the beginning. It's only whatever. We just have another 2 minutes, folks, basically. Get that save point. Definitely gonna need it. Very much shell of wounded knee. I don't know, I think that was a Western quote. I don't remember where it was from, but you know, the Ninja Turtles said it once. Yep, so we can't really do much in this area yet. Just get the missile upgrade and be on our way. That's what I talk about with that speed power up that we're gonna get pretty soon. I mean, Samus is fast. Like, she goes past the speed of sound at this point. This to kind of say that we're probably about, you know, 6 or 7% done with this game already. I mean, we're only in part 2, but I mean, I would definitely say there's probably only going to be like somewhere between 15 and 20 parts. I think I can knock this out relatively quickly, especially the fact that I know this game's still from 5 years ago. So, the nice companion piece to Blackthorn. I recommend watching both of these. Those are going to be 2 footholds, 2 notches in my belt and shit. Blackthorn, Super Metroid, Super Tennis, those type games. I would like to think about doing like Metroid Prime, but I'm not so sure if I would want to. I am going to at least do Metroid Fusion. Yeah, so those, I mean, if you destroy those enemies, it makes it dark and harder to see. They really don't hurt you, so, but they do give you health. We will need a totally different power-up to get past that point. More on that later. Let's keep exploring. This will be where we end this episode, is in this area. So get ready for part 3. If you're watching these in the playlist or something, you need to get ready for that. Just trying to see if there's any secrets. Alright folks, subscribe for more fun. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful night.